first one, I'll get another one. But I can go back to my phone if you guys like.
No, I think as long as you're there and participating, I don't think it matters. You think?
Okay.
I don't think so. I think you're fine.
I tried to like download the Google Hangouts app on my desktop, but it's still like the camera won't pop on. I don't know why.
I don't know enough to. I realized yesterday when when we met, I had the Post-it note over camera the whole time. I didn't even notice. So we hung up. I'm like, oh, that's why my box was green.
Oh, I thought maybe your camera wasn't working.
Oh no, it's just because I'm super smart. So, did Crystal say she was gonna try to beep in?
She said she had an emergency, so she couldn't tonight.
Okay.
So, she'll be off. Won't be on it all the way.
I guess our debates due Sunday, or the outlines due Sunday.
Yeah, the outline.
So, and there's a rubric, and module 4, right? Or week 4, module 3.
I haven't read the rubric yet, but I read her announcement that she posted, and it said that it needs to be a very detailed overview of the arguments in the debate, and we need to be sure to include references and then ideas for visuals.
I'm gonna try to screen share. We did a Google Doc. Right. I know what I'm doing. All right. Oh, there it is. Can you guys see that, or do you see me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you see it?
Yes, I see it.
Post the link. So we went through and just like we came up with our points for our debate for the financial side and wrote pro and con points. I don't know, what did everybody else do? You can see our point 2, point 3, point 4, and then just put our references at the end.
Kendra and I just, we kind of talked about how we wanted to go about it, and we're going to meet tomorrow night to really talk about like our points and everything. So we haven't done the point like what you have.
Okay.
But we have an idea.
Yeah.
We got together to meet to figure out what exactly we're going to talk about within the training and implementation.
Yeah.
And I think definitely after tomorrow we'll have our points narrowed down that we can like create that kind of document as well.
Okay.
And then Crystal and I, we came up with 3 main topics, so we didn't like do anything like a document or anything. I can try to get in touch with her and see if she's able to meet anytime soon. But we were kind of confused between where you're talking about the ethical guidelines for like the pro and the con. If it's a pro, it will be proving why it's ethical correct. And if it's a con, it will be showing why it's unethical.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay.
Because our whole pro side is that it's loosely connected, right?
I believe so.
Okay. So as far as the rubric, you just have the outline thoroughly covers the main points for the debate using specific and appropriate detail based on topic. So maybe we can, if it's Emily, do you think we can share this document on the Facebook page? You don't care, do you?
Or we can even share it with everybody's emails too, and then they can all type on it too. Like,
yeah. And then maybe use ours as a model. I don't know. I think ours is done, isn't it?
I wasn't done. I have to like cite all my sources, and I don't know.
Oh, I didn't cite anything in the text, right? Do we need references? It just says the outline includes 6 references and all are appropriate for the debate topic.
I was just thinking though, the more specific our outline was, the easier it's going to be for us when we go to actually record. Because if our outline's like really detailed, then we can just like follow that. Is what I was thinking. So I was just going to continue to add to it because there's no way what I have on there is like going to take the time frame we talked about with like the minute and a half.
Yeah, like we talked about if my chicken scratch. If we shoot for 40 minutes, it's supposed to be between 30 and 45. Like our little and that I guess she's gonna give us feedback questions from our outline, and we have to answer the questions at the end, if I understood it correctly. So we have 10 minutes for each team of us to take up. So that's like you have certain points. Like for us, we had 4 points, so we have 60 to 90 seconds for each point and counterpoint. So there's a structure in here. The outline thoroughly covers the structure for the debate and clearly identifies group member roles, timeframes, and terms. So that's what we kind of have to figure out, like how much each person talks to for each point. And the outline thoroughly covers the content for the different sides of the topic and appropriate details based on the literature and codes are provided. Had a question for when we were going through ours, like, so do we cite specific codes in each one of our parts, or do we leave that for Brandy and Crystal to do, which is kind of hard for them?
I'm not sure. It's up to you guys, really. Because the way we did our section, I found
Warning.
a couple articles.
This map has detected issues that need your immediate attention. Click on Clean Now to fix these issues.
I don't know.
That doesn't sound good.
Did you guys hear all of that? Yeah. That means it's in the video.
And we have to incorporate our visuals. So, and our has to state what visuals we're using as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or do we want to just agree to meet again later in the week when we've all worked on the outline more?
Yeah, I think we should meet again just one more time before we turn in our outline.
And then and we'll have to check with Crystal to see what works.
So like what we do we going record different well three or four and then we were gonna in a mind.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of feedback. Anybody else?
Yeah, I hear like myself.
Maybe if everybody mute themselves except Brandy so we can hear.
It's good now.
Okay, So we came up with 4 different compliance codes that we were going to talk about. And then from there, we were wondering if that's how you guys wanted us to do it or not. So we picked out the 4 that we were going to discuss, and we were going to find pros and cons for each of those. So I don't know if that works or not.
I think that's good. I probably, since it's an ethics class, do you think we should all try to tie a couple of some codes into our pro and con arguments as well?
I think that would be good.
I think too with ours, Sherry, something that comes to mind with that would be like we talked about with people having more free time because behaviors were reduced, and then having those people doing something that they may not be really qualified to be doing. Like that definitely relates. Like that's the first one that comes to mind that we should probably write down for ours.
I think that maybe we add things, and then we can see what each other's adding in the Google Doc. You can make comments on there too, so we can reply to each other's comments on the ethics codes that we add.
Okay. So are you guys going to share that Google Doc with everyone, or are we creating our own?
I think it could all be on one because we're going to turn in one outline, right?
I think that would make more sense. I can add what we came up with in like my part, and then hopefully Crystal can just get in and add hers when she's available.
How do we want to set up the like the format when we actually do the debate? Which points and what order are we going to go in?
So, because we were talking about the like the flow of it and the structure, and she actually specifically states like we basically can kind of figure it out ourselves or do what we want. She leaves it pretty open. It says roles are recommendations, and groups are encouraged to be creative in how they want to present their debates. So as long as we have a lead in, and then we banter back and forth, and then we have the fielders at the end. So what we did, the pro made a statement, and then we had a con statement and kind of left it so it flowed into another pro statement, and then a con statement, which went to another pro statement and a con statement. So we went back and forth 4 times. But we never summarized. I guess we need to like have a summary statement at the end for our print. Or am I confusing myself? Or is this just one section and our section has to flow into the next person's section?
I think what I was asking is like we have the 3 sections: ethics, the codes, and then funding and training and implementation. So how do we want to set up which group goes first? Like what would be the better flow between those 3?
I was thinking like maybe training, implementation, then funding, and then ethics, or ethics first, one or the other.
I think ethics last, and it can kind of tie everything that we talk about in the first 2.
Okay.
In the end. But I don't know if it matters if funding or implementation goes first. But funding our kind of debate talks about fidelity. And the lack of funding influences the fidelity of the treatment. So maybe funding and then treatment or implementation, then the ethics at the end.
The That's fine with me if that's what everyone else wants to do.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Sounds like it would flow nicely from funding.
And I kind of thought she would give us back on our last one, but she hasn't responded at all yet. So I was kind of hoping she'd say something.
Yeah.
Do we need a person though that's like an introducer that introduces before we even start our 3 topics?
I think so.
And
So,
then
like,
what does that person say though? They just talk about like what, an overview of what we're going to be talking about and how we organized it.
I was thinking it was like maybe just explain what SWPBX is and then what ABA is. Like maybe give like a little background on those two and then introduce or give like a general statement of what we're going to discuss throughout the debate. I don't know.
And then at the end, the fielders or the people answering the questions should probably be at least 3 of us, one of us from each topic, right?
Okay. If you look at the formal debate, the stater and the introducer are kind of the same thing, right? The introducer is the leader and organizer of the group. The introducer's primary responsibility is to make sure progress is being made by each member of the objective. The introducer also states the point counter in general, using his or her own words, and gives a lead-in for the point counterpoint by describing the topic in the text to which the particular issue is relevant. So I guess they just say we're going to be debating the financial side of it, the implementation sides, and then ethics codes in depth. And then I guess they just give a summary of what we're going to debate. Because the stater is basically the same. The person will be primarily responsible for stating the position taken by the group. They'll bring up point by point the issues inherent in each part of the argument. A conversational presentation of the position in the stater's own words will be much more acceptable than reading an outline. At the end, the stater will summarize, recap, and state which of the made can be salvaged to ultimately support the team's position. So I think we just do a intro, and then we debate, and then we have the fielders at the end for her question she's going to give us.
So do we want to select somebody to type up something for the outline for the intro section?
I can try to work on it.
Sorry, say again?
I said I can work on it if no one else wants to do it.
Are we doing the formal debate or the informal debate? Because the fielders is on the informal section.
Yeah, and Emily and we talked about this too. And that's when because that statement that says that the roles and recommendations and groups are encouraged to be creative in how they want to present their debates. So I don't think we're specifically tied to one or the other. I think we can kind of do, as long as we have points and counterpoints and specific topics that we debate, we have an intro and a summarizer, because that's kind of the gist of both of sides, but we could email the prof to ask her.
I think that's fine. I mean, if we can just be creative with it.
Okay.
So the introducer. Yeah, I think the introducer could probably just use the outline we turn in to in a conversational tone, summarize what we're going to talk about, right? And then what Emily said, like 3 of us be fielders, or would we all be fielders?
The fielders answer the questions, though, that the professor gives us after we turn the outline, right? Because we could just wait and see what the questions are and then decide then who we want answering the questions once we see what the questions are.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
I don't know, that part wouldn't need to be on the outline, right? Because she hasn't given us the questions yet, so.
So, like, how do we, not to go off topic, but how do we, like, end the debate? Do we come to, like, a mutual agreement of one side or the other? Or has anyone thought about that part?
Yeah, that's a good point, Brandy. Do we want to do pros do a conclusion and cons do a conclusion? Or, like she said, do you want to just kind of all come together and, or just make like a summary of the debates and like one person does the conclusion? I think either would be fine. Just deciding what we want to do.
I think a summary would be nice at the end, like summarizing all the points and counterpoints. But I don't know, are we supposed to like say, so that's why our group decided we were saying it's loosely connected?
Like, I was wondering, should it go like that? Or is it supposed to be like one, like the pro people? Well, never mind, that doesn't make sense. Never mind. Sure.
All right, I think I got that shared with everybody.
You did. I got an email about it. So thank you.
So do we want to just kind of leave that open for everybody to work on for now? And I can even email Crystal too and just let her know. Or I don't know, Brandy, you're her partner for your point. So did you want to email her maybe and just let her know that you guys can kind of just type up what you want on the outline for your part. And then we can all kind of put something for the introduction part. I'm still just unsure of how much introducing we need to do. Kind of like Brandy said, do we need to explain all of what PBS is and all of what ABA is and all that before we even start? Or is it more just kind of like somebody saying, these are the main points that we're going to debate? That's the only part I'm confused about, but I guess I could just email the professor and ask her.
I think it might be good to like talk about PBS and ABA, and then kind of just say these are the three points that we're going to talk about.
Yeah. And then do we want to meet, what's today? Today with the holiday, today's Tuesday. So do we want to meet Saturday or Sunday before we turn it in then?
Yeah, I can meet either Saturday or Sunday.
Sunday works best for me. I want her to go in the background.
Yeah, I mean, either I'm moving, but I could figure out a time.
What about like Friday night?
I was kind of thinking like if we have to submit it by Sunday, maybe Sunday isn't the best day to meet.
I have a wedding all day Friday, so I can't
I
meet. I mean, if that's the only time you guys can meet and you have to meet without me, then
Wait,
no, that's fine. I can.
so you have a wedding and you're moving?
I'm moving,
Oh, okay.
but if Friday works better for everybody, I mean, Ashley and I are meeting tomorrow, so like I can always represent our portion. Here.
Yeah, Ashley can't meet on Friday.
Yeah.
Um,
And I mean, it depends on when Crystal can meet too.
That's true.
All right. How about we just kind of leave it open, just know we're gonna meet, and then once we like start filling in the outline, we can kind of see like what else needs to be done and discussed, and then come up with a meeting date. Does that work?
I think we should set a tentative date. We have to put it on our log too anyway.
All right. Okay.
So, like Saturday works better for me, especially if we have to add things to the outline. So we have time Sunday before we submit it.
Mm-hmm.
I can meet Saturday. Just a chance you may hear my daughter in the background, but I can keep her consent, hopefully.
I don't think that's a big deal. It's just what time works for everybody.
For me, it would probably be better to do later in the. I mean, I'm on Eastern time, so like later in the day because I know my friends are coming to help me move in the morning, so we'll probably be moving stuff until like mid-afternoon. So and then we might like do dinner, but if we set a time that way, like I can adjust my schedule to make sure that I make it to the meeting.
So what would be best for you on Saturday then? You mean like early morning would be better? We could still be moving mid-afternoon?
Sometime like evening-ish, I don't know. Just like in the evening would be better, but if you guys, I can always like take a break and meet with you guys if I need to. Like I said, you guys can figure out like what works best for you and I'll make it work because it shouldn't take us that long to move. I've got a lot of people helping me, so that's nice. So just kind of like whenever you guys can, I'll make sure I find the time to get in and meet with you guys too.
Are you the only Eastern person? For Eastern time zone?
I think so, I don't know.
So is 9 o'clock, like if it is 9 o'clock too late for you to meet, just to be sure you're done moving and eating and everything?
No, that's fine. That'd be perfect.
Because then that would be 9 o'clock and then 8 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock my time, 6 o'clock for Crystal,
Mhm.
if that works for her.
Yeah. I mean, and if that doesn't work, like I said, we can figure out something else.
Not unless you guys actually do stuff on Saturday nights.
I'll be too tired.
I have no life. So.
I mean, I thought I might have plans, but it's not anything big, and I can always be late if I do have plans Saturday night. So it's 8 o'clock works for me. I'm central, but if that 9 o'clock, 876 works for everyone, it's fine with me.
Works for me.
Yeah, I can do Saturday at 8 too. I'm just not available Saturday morning. I have a client at the center until 12:30, but after that, so 8 o'clock would be fine.
Okay. So I can post that on the Facebook page to see if that works for Crystal. Anybody the log for, or we don't have to turn in another log, do we?
I don't think we turn in a log this week since we're doing the outline is due.
Okay.
But I'll still post this to the discussion board. Did you guys try the link for the other one? Did that work? Did anybody try it by chance?
I tried it.
It didn't?
No, and I commented on the discussion board. I was going to bring that up today.
Oh, that's lovely. So this might not even be working anyway.
I don't know. Was it the right?
I don't know. I'll have to look at it and mess with it. Well, I'll try and post this one too, and then if you guys can comment on it and or let me know if it's working or not.
Okay.
Are we good to go then? We'll plan on meeting Saturday, and everybody's just gonna post what they find and what they want to add for the outline on the Google Doc page.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
I think that's good.
Kendra,
I was just gonna say, Brandy, do you want to contact Crystal and let her know that?
Yes, I will.
Or I guess if you're gonna post it, Sherry, on the Facebook page, that works too.
Kendra, I can still meet tomorrow.
Okay. I'm just talking to myself here. I was muted. Yeah, I'll post that on Facebook. I'll put a little summary of what we talked about on there too for Crystal. So. I think we're good. Okay.
Think so?
Sorry. Okay.
All right. See you guys.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Bye.